rise in yet another budget debate where we're taking time to analyze both the budget, but also what happens in these debates is it reveals our visions, it reveals our values, and it reveals our priorities. And I want to begin by commending the Minister of Finance for her excellent effort in having listened to Canadians, having tested the waters both from experts as well as from individuals in communities across this country in an attempt to craft a budget, which is an art that takes into account the moment in life that we are living and also how we are able to move into the future. And it was not an easy task. Obviously, our country is coming out of a period with COVID where we had extreme high expenses, where we kept our economy going and kept people going. And we are now in a period of global recession with higher than normal inflation, even while we have a period of very low unemployment. It is a risky time in Canadian economy, and I believe the Minister of Finance has crafted a fine art of targeting support for the most vulnerable who are at the highest risk of problems during this recession, while also moving our economy into the future. This budget 2023, a Made in Canada plan for a strong middle class, affordable economy and a healthy future, is that kind of artistic endeavor of a budget that attempts to target supports to the most vulnerable while creating a cleaner and greener economy. It delivers on tax fairness, it strengthens our healthcare system, helps develop a clean economy, and it helps us to invest in clean electricity. In particular, I'd like to focus on a couple of things in this part of the debate, and that is our proposed support for low and modest income families and individuals, and our plan to build a stronger and cleaner economy for everyone. Now, I've just come back, as we all have, from 2 weeks in our constituencies, and for me, this was a time where I could meet with a number of people during those three Abrahamic festivals of Ramadan, Easter, and Passover, where families gathered and there was much conversation and rich engagement. It gave me an opportunity to look at both the problems that our Canadians are facing in my riding, but also the opportunities that this budget is affording them. Madam Speaker, this is a post-COVID-driven recession budget. Canada's economy is showing signs of recovery from the pandemic, and we're in a much better position than other countries around the world. In fact, we had the strongest growth rate among G7 nations in 2022. But as with many economic recoveries, not everyone sees these improvements equally in their day-to-day lives. Inflation has been decreasing, and we noticed that steadily over the past 8 months. However, people earning low to modest incomes still need help with higher grocery prices, especially fresh produce. Canadians are facing that. I face that. I go to the grocery store, just like everybody else, and notice the high cost of groceries. That's why we have been attempting to find ways both directly to deal with high cost of groceries, but also indirectly through a series of sustained long-term supports which are changing the world in which we live, at least in my riding. I want to tell you that when I started in politics in 2008, and I represent an area in Toronto called Thorncliffe Park, kids were going to school and I saw them regularly without parkas, without mittens, without a full stomach from breakfast. That has changed dramatically in these past 15 years. With the onset and the advancement of the Canada Child Benefit, with other supports, with increased Canada Workers Benefit, I see the children coming to school in Thorncliffe Park and elsewhere in Toronto and in my riding with full stomachs, with the right clothes on, with an opportunity for advancement in the world where they will be able to make a difference. I have often thought that the cure for cancer could be locked in the brain of a child who does not get advancement in the world through our targeted early childhood benefits, through early childhood care benefit, through the Canada Child Benefit, through other targeted supports. That cure for cancer may be found in our lifetime because it is no longer going to be locked in the brain of a child who doesn't get a chance to succeed. this isn't just about the grocery rebate. We can talk about that, but that is part of a targeted response that will make sure that at least 11 million low and modest income Canadians will be able to benefit from a targeted benefit. Budget 2023 will also see, as we have said repeatedly in this House, the creation of the Canada Dental Care Plan. And I do want to acknowledge the work of the New Democratic Party on that important policy. It is one of the things that I believe the Liberal Party has wanted to do for some time. With that encouragement, we have continued to develop it. I think that the plan was brought in 2022. It will be improved in 2023, and it will continue to help Canadians have a fresh face and a fresh start as they continue in life. 1 in 5 Canadians delay seeing a dentist right now because of the cost. That will end, and that is the way this Parliament should work. It is the way we should engage together as colleagues in this place. Since federal dental coverage was announced in 2022 for children under 12, applications for 970 children in Don Valley West have already been received and processed. It's almost 1,000 children, and almost as many families have received a benefit which is making a difference in their lives. And I think everyone in this House should take credit for that, especially those who will support this budget in the coming days. The economy, however, and our lives coming out of COVID are profoundly affected by the COVID pandemic response, but also by climate change, which continues to plague our planet. The world's leading economies are moving at an unprecedented pace to address climate change. We have to reshape our economies. We have to build net zero industries for tomorrow. It is a goal of this government. So while we're doing targeted responses with respect to helping Canadians in a time of recession, we are also at the same time building for a greener future, which will create better paying jobs, will continue to help our economy evolve and change and keep pace with the world. We will create better jobs and we will get to net zero, and those two things go hand in hand. It is the economic and social imperative of our time. Budget 2023 showcases Canada's potential to become a clean electricity superpower with more sustainable and secure and affordable electricity grid, with better and cleaner electricity for all, and everyone will benefit. Resource industry workers who extract essential minerals will benefit. Engineers who design next-generation batteries will benefit. Auto workers, particularly in my home province of Ontario, but not exclusively, will benefit. Secondary industries, auto parts, all of the industries related to that will benefit. This is building an economy for the future, for Canadians of the future. The investments made by the government since 2015 have built on Canada's existing competitive advantages, which have made our country a destination of choice for investment in the global clean economy. However, we recognize that we can't sit on our accomplishments so far. As a country, we need to keep pace, and we need never fall behind. Our government has a plan, and the plan is to make Canada a leader in clean and affordable energy. Budget 2023 makes a series of major investments to ensure Canada's clean economy can bring prosperity, middle-class jobs, and more vibrant communities across the country. We will continue to do that. During my time out, some of you know that I was a member of Parliament and then I left and came back. During that time, I worked with Asthma Society of Canada. And what I wanted to do was push the problem of respiratory illness upstream. The reality is that asthma is climate change related. And if we do not invest in these technologies today, we will simply have more people demanding more health care, demanding and people dying. Every day in Canada, someone will die of asthma. It is an environmentally driven illness. And so we need to be invested in it in this place and across the country, ensuring that Canadians have a budget that will allow for the advancement of their dreams as individuals with targeted responses, but also for an economy of the future. We will continue to do this, building measures that are widespread, and you've heard in this debate, many members have offered different windows into the budget. I will attempt to answer your questions on these or other issues, and I thank you very much. This is an opportunity for us to engage in an important debate, an important subject. Thank you.